Hey guys, what's going on? It's xdeadlysmoorex here, and welcome back to part 13, mostly unlucky, hopefully not, of our Trails of Cold Steel Let's Play. In the last episode, what do? Oh, we investigated I believe we investigated the noise, or the commotion, that was going on at the Grand Market.
Right.
Found out there was two people arguing over the same stall spot. Then we got back. Laura and Reen had a tiny falling out, and then the next day they made up again. And then come morning we find out that both of the merchants who were arguing over the stall, both of their stalls had been broken because the manager, the market manager, had done some things. And we told the manager, and the provincial army got involved, proceeded to do nothing except threaten two men to arrest them if they continued arguing. And yeah, and then we asked the mayor if we could help investigate the what's happening. So that's what the main story is going. However, today, I believe, what I plan to do today is do the two side quests first, which were, if I remember rightly, finding someone's lost wallet. So we'll have to go into Grand Market anyway, and then also defeating a monster in the West Celtic Highway. So I think if we get the I need to go to them. I think because it was the market manager that issued the request. That's the guardhouse, so I need to go in there. How do I've forgotten some of the controls, but nope, that's not what I wanted.
Here we go.
Nope, that doesn't help. How do I? No.
Right, my turn.
Pressing
I've
all
got
sorts
this.
of buttons. So it normally works, isn't it? Just press all the buttons and then you'll eventually find something. Yeah, no, it's not recorded. I can't find where that... Anyway. Wait, let me have a look. Large ferocious monsters we'll all be happy if someone took it out. I think we just go to the Western Celtic Highway and then we can can't do any of the side quests. Well, I can't do that one anyway. That's annoying. Spend all that time running around and like, alright, you can't actually go do anything until you do this. Excuse me, would you happen to be Lisa? That's correct. Does that make you the students from Thors who the market manager said would be coming then? Yep, that's us. We came to see you about the request you sent in. Could you explain the situation to us in full? Of course. I happened to come across someone's wallet by my store yesterday, you see. I kept it with me in hopes that they would come pick it up, but no one's coming to claim it. As such, I'd like to ask all of you for your help delivering it back to its owner. Would you be able to do that for me? Sure. We'll be happy to help. Thank you. Here's the wallet that I found then. Let's take all its mirror and give it back. Don't do that. Terrible idea. We'll be sure to take good care of it. I assume that you've already inspected the contents? I did indeed. Unfortunately, there wasn't anything inside that could help identify the owner. What exactly was inside anyway? Well, naturally there was mirror in it. Like a lot of mirror. This isn't just some chump change we're talking about. The only other thing that was a train ticket to Heimdall that was scheduled for tonight. Sounds like the owner is a fairly well-off traveller then. There's not much we can do with that as our only lead though. I believe the train ticket is potentially our best lead. Yeah, but what should we do with it? Should we go ask at the station? Yeah, considering it's for a train that leaves tonight, I imagine the owner's frantically searching for it. which means they might have already been to the station themselves to ask about it. Let's head over to the station then. Sorry for the trouble. I'm counting on you for this. Good, let's fucking do this. At least let's do this fucking one first. After entering the station, they asked whether or not there had been any regardless properties. Yes, there was an entry. The wallet seemed to match the description received too. And asked when the inquiry was made. I believe it was this morning. A young lady came in a panic, claiming that she completely lost. She was at a complete loss without her wallet and its contents. Still can't read, guys. Not changing. I say this every episode. From what I can tell, she seems to have been traveling alone too. I get why she'd be in a panic then. Did she say anything else that could lead us to her? She mentioned something about returning to the inn to do a thorough check if I recall correctly. It's the weathercock right down the street, you can't miss it. How convenient, we happen to be staying there ourselves. Okay, let's ask Margaret. Okay, I was assaulted. Hey there. Is there something the matter? Do you have a moment? There's something we'd like to ask you. Bring explain the situation to Margaret and ask if anyone would come along looking for the wallet. Oh, you might be looking for Annabelle. Bad timing though, she just left. That's unfortunate. Should we have a name now at least? That makes life a lot easier. True. That's all that's left now is to actually meet with her. She mentioned she was going to be searching at the rest area in the Grand Market next. So y'all want to head over there. Make sure you return it to her, okay? We will. Let's go. Sorry guys. Bit tired. Excuse me, you wouldn't happen to know if a young lady came here searching for a wallet, would you? She was indeed there a few moments ago, but she's gone now. Do you know where she went? Then? Unfortunately not. She did mention something about having no choice but to rely on Adios now, though. Does that help you out at all? I think there's only one place that could be. Shall we make our way to the church? It seems like that's our best bet for now. Fucking game of cat and mouse over it, goddamn. Oh, Adios, please have mercy on my poor soul. I simply cannot believe this. How am I supposed to live on, having lost all my mirror in a place like this? Looks like we found her. This tragic harrowing act made it kind of obvious. Unfortunately, we'll have to interrupt her. Excuse me. Just who are all of you? Well, you can turn right around if you're playing around me. I no longer have any. Please calm down. We just want to ask you something. Are we correct in assuming that you are Annabelle? I am. Aha! Thought so. You wouldn't happen to recognize this wallet, would you? They showed Annabelle the wallet. That's my wallet. Where did you find it? Well, you see, they returned the lost wallet to Annabelle and explained the situation to her. Thank you so much. I'm surprised to hear that a merchant from the Grand Market kept it safe for me. However, kindness remains within people's hearts after all, it would seem. Looks that way, yeah. Regardless, I'm very grateful that you found it. To me or gave it to me, whatever. Is there any particular amount that you'd like in return? You can take half what's currently here if you'd like. I don't think we can accept that. Your thanks alone are enough. I see. Well, how about this then? I purchased it as a souvenir at the Grand Market before the Great Wallet search began. Pie-cured plush. I see no reason that you can't accept that. In fact, I insist. I hope you find it useful. Thank you. We'll gratefully accept then. You're very welcome. Thank you again for finding my wallet. Yay! I don't know what the bike of plush does though. I'll have to have a look afterwards. Oh, jeez. Oh. Note to self, don't do a recording when you're like, you've not long just got out of bed. Not very professional. So you managed to find the owner after all, and thank goodness. I really couldn't thank you enough. I'm glad that we could be of help. Please excuse us then. Yay, that's one side quest done. Let's have a look to see what that Pike and Plush does. Oh! Plus 100 HP, plus 5 defense. Well, yeah, plus 5 defense and plus 5 ADF. Don't know what that does. I'll have to have a look later. A plush of a strange yet lovable creature. Smells oddly sweet. He uses. That's accuracy. Not really worth it, to be honest. I'll have to give it to like someone, I don't know, like Fee or something. Let's get on with this. I just wanted to do the side quest, but now all of this shit, I have to do this. See, the one thing I don't like about, well, I still love this game. It's going to be really good, but I mean, games that force you to do main quests when you want to do other stuff really just annoys me, because it's like, you're letting me set my own pace at times and then you'll fucking drive me to a hole and say, no, you have to do this. It's like, oh, just let me do what I want and then whatever. Aren't you think I was ecstatic to finally participate in the famous Celtic Grand Market. Oh, what did I do to deserve this? Excuse me? You! I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to hear me acting like that. I hope you can forgive me for my inappropriate behaviour. He seems really down. It's quite understandable. He is a merchant in a busy market, unable to do business. So, what brings you here? Did you need something from me? Well, actually, Bryn explained that he and his classmates were investigating the truth behind what happened the previous night. You were investigating? That's right. We really appreciate it if you could answer a few questions for us. You might be able to help us find the true culprit. I suppose it can't hurt. It's better than doing nothing, at least. You don't have to sound so pessimistic. Well, can you blame me? You're students at a military academy, not some ace detectives. That's true, but we're still determined to find out who did this. We may even be able to recover your goods. Cooperating with us could prove fruitful. Oops. Okay, fine. I never said I wouldn't help you, did I? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say, though. It's not like I saw anything worth mentioning. You didn't? As soon as I made my stall, I was ready. Made sure my stall was ready to open the next morning. I left everything set up. Went home. The other merchants around here can vouch for that. Guess I shouldn't have left the stall unattended, though. By the time I got in, it was too late, and the deed had been done. So by morning, the stall had already been destroyed and your goods stolen. That kind of seems a bit silly, really. Like, you've come all the way from the capital, a rich part of the empire. Excuse me, I'll take a drink in a minute. Probably loaded with, like, valuable goods. And you just leave them out there in the night. Like, granted, I can understand if you're selling, like, I don't know, fruit and veg and stuff, but to leave stuff from the capital, as I say again, a rich part of the empire, and he's probably very rich himself, kind of seems like a bit of a silly move, if you ask me. Why don't you just take the goods with you to wherever you're staying, and then, like, bring them back the next day? Whatever. It makes no sense to me, but I'm not a merchant, so I wouldn't know. Come to think of it, what goods were stolen exactly? Oh, I have a sample with me, actually. An accessory? Isn't... let me start again. An accessory? Is this a brand that's popular in the capital? Been a real hit lately, yeah. I was hoping to bring the fad here by selling them on the market. But this is the only one I have left now. I tried to think how much money I lost in one single night. A damn coward sabotaging my business. It's much too early to be jumping to conclusions. Do you have any evidence that proves his culpability? No, but he's clearly the prime suspect. He was so against the idea of taking turns sharing this spot with me, he decided he'd destroy my stall altogether. I just know it. I'm going to get him to give me my goods back no matter what it takes. Please try to stay calm. You know if you do cause any more trouble, the provincial army really will arrest you, right? Yeah, I know. But it's a matter of justice. I can't just act like nothing ever happened. It's wrong on general principle. I'm begging you, please get my goods back, whatever it takes. Well, I can't promise success. But I swear to you, we will do everything we can. That much I can promise. I think that's everything this merchant knows. Let's try asking the other one. Well, I changed this guy's voice up because he trying to do like trying to do different voices and trying to come up with new ones while they aren't talking kind of sucks, because I can't like keep doing the same voice for everyone. What the hell am I supposed to do now? Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you, but could we have a moment of your time? You're those kids from that military academy, right? What do you want from me? I ain't got nothing to sell you, obviously. Even if I did have something to sell, I got no place to sell it. I'm basically ruined. On top of that, the provincial army and that other damn merchant like I'm the one who did it. He's not taking this very well, is he? Or to blame him. But we need to see if he knows something that might help us. Well, you see, when he explained that he and his customer were investigating the truth about what happened the previous night. You're investigating this mess, huh? Oops. Oh, okay. So, would you consider cooperating with us? Sure, why not? Not getting my hopes up, as I'm sure you can understand, but hell, I've got nothing left to lose. Not exactly a vote of confidence. Hey, he's willing to cooperate. I'd say we cut him some slack and hear him out. So, about last night, at the time of the incident, what exactly happened? Last night, huh? I don't know how much help I can be if that's what you're asking around here. See, I left the market right after arguing with that merchant yesterday, and I didn't come back till this morning. I stayed over at a friend's place, another merchant. Just got pissed drunk and ranted at him all night. You are certain of this? Positive. Ask my friend if you don't believe me. He'll back me up. I wandered over here with an awful hangover this morning, and what I found gave me a hell of a start. My whole stall in shambles. And as if that weren't bad enough, all the processed food I was going to sell were just gone without a trace. So the goods were stolen. So the goods that were stolen were all processed foods. That's right. Nuts, cheese, bacon. All foods have long shelf life, made with local ingredients. Selling all my stuff really sobered me up. It was like I hadn't been drinking at all. And that's when I went over to that fool's stall to make him pay for it. Why do you go straight to him? Because he's the one who did it, of course. He smashed my stall so he could have the spot all to himself. That makes no sense, smashing the store right at the back so you can just have the store for it. I know they said they'd share, but that makes no sense because you've just sabotaged yourself in a way if he's doing that. See, Ellie says, but that doesn't make any sense. If Heinz did it, then why was his own stall be destroyed too? He must have done that himself. See, this guy, what he's saying is so contradictory because if Heinz smashed... So if Heinz and Marco are supposed to be sharing the store, right? Why would Heinz smash Marco's store? They're supposed to be sharing the front store, so it's like Heinz gets the front one at the this week, the first week, and then Marco gets it second week. and Heinz gets the stall right here. Why would Heinz smash the back stall, full well knowing that he has to go to the back stall as well? I can't even remember what happens, but just from like now, if I was going this blind, this still doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But I figured if he destroyed his own stall, no one would believe he was responsible. I don't know, that seems pretty unlikely and a bit excessive. While I understand your frustration, based accusations do no one any favours and could only cloud the true issue. But it's so frustrating. I lost so much money because of this. I might have to shut up shop for good. That's it. That is bad. Maybe if I could at least get my goods back, maybe I could salvage enough to stay afloat. What are the odds of that? None of the other merchants saw anybody do anything. The provincial army sure ain't gonna help about it. I'm finished. Pure and simple. All this hard work I put into getting this far. It's just how the dream ends for me. Well, I'll be honest. I'm not sure how much we'll actually be able to do for you. But we'll do everything in our power to help you find some form of closure. So cheer up, okay? I do appreciate that, but again, I ain't about to get my hopes up. Good luck though. That's all the two victims of this crime have to say, and it seems. What does everybody think? I can't be sure, but I really don't think either of them is responsible. Both merchants certainly have adequate motive to damage the other stall, but the chance of both committing the same crime on the same night without crossing paths is virtually nil. It's not impossible that they would just out to steal each other's merchandise, but I don't believe that's what happened. Both of them have alibis confirming that they were somewhere else when the crime took place. What was Heinz's alibi that he was somewhere else? He didn't actually say where he was staying. Jeez. Sorry guys. I can't remember where Heinz said he was staying, because Marco said he was staying at a friend's house, but I'm inclined to agree. I just can't see either of these merchants being responsible for what happened, so we're going to have to look elsewhere for viable suspects. Where though? I mean, who could it possibly been? It's impossible to say right now. We don't have any solid leads. We know who the culprit was, but how are we supposed to get started narrating who it was? Market itself seems unlikely to produce any further clues. We should focus our attention elsewhere. Actually, there's one thing that's been bugging me. There's one group of people involved in this whole situation whose actions don't seem to make any sense. Maybe we could work out the reason behind their strange behavior. We could come one step closer to finding our culprit. Whom did you mean? I'm talking about... it's not the market manager, that's dumb. It's not the other merchants, because they didn't see what's happening. The market manager was surprised when both stalls were smashed, I believe, as well. I think it's the provincial... If I'm remembering this right, I actually think it's the provincial army. The provincial army. They have done nothing to try and solve this crime, despite it happening right under their noses. And that begs the question, why not? The market manager said they're refusing to fulfill their role due to the tax issue, which means the provincial army should refuse to intervene in quarrels within the market as well. If that's the case, then why did they come and intervene this morning? Now that you mention it, that really doesn't make any sense. Their methods were atrocious, but the fact is, they brought that dispute to an end almost instantly. They did get involved. Yeah, one minute they're refusing to do anything, then the next they're taking a stand? It's definitely suspicious. My point exactly. There's definitely something unnatural about the way they're conducting themselves. And since we got no leads, what do you say we take a look around the guardhouse and I'll take a look around the guardhouse. We might be able to learn something that could aid us in our investigation. That might be worth an attempt. The guardhouse isn't too far from here either. Let's head over there and see what we can find out. AP increased by 1. Whoa! Still can't go out to the Western Highway because we suck ass. Alright, fuck. I just want to do that dance quest. Fuck's sake. Aren't you those students from that, what was it? Military academy? What are you doing here? we're terribly sorry to trouble you, but we were hoping you might be able to help us with something. Can we ask a few questions about the incident that occurred at the Grand Market this morning? What? What's that have to do with you? We're visiting this town on our field study as students of Thor's Military Academy. And we would very much appreciate a chance to see how experienced soldiers such as yourselves handle difficult situations every day. This seems like the perfect opportunity for an anecdotal case, and you could prove most invaluable to our education, if you'll permit it. Alright, stay here. I'll see what I can do. Looks like we're going to be able to hear what they have to say for themselves after all. Nicely done, Laura. In times like this, we need to make good use of our position. No one can fault the student for wanting to learn, after all. But now comes the hard part. This makes me nervous. Well, let's just wait and see what we can get out of them. Remember, it's not like they always say... Let me try again. Remember, it's not always what they say that matters, it's how they say it. And even more importantly, what they don't say. Right. I hope you appreciate us taking time out of our busy schedules for this. So what do you want? Market clerk, I'm a busy man, you know. He's not even trying to keep up appearances. Unbelievable. I'll be brief then. We came to discuss the incident at the Grand Market this morning. Would it be correct in assuming that the Provincial Army will be conducting no further investigation? Is that all you came to ask? Is that all? Should the armed forces charged with maintaining peace in this region not be taking this matter more seriously? Laura, I'm not sure. You got a big mouth on someone your age. It seems as you have lots to learn about how military units actually work. What do you mean? Let me ask you this. What's the number one priority of the Provincial Army be in order to maintain the status quo? I'll tell you, their number one priority should be enforcing the will of their region's ruling lord, Duke Alvarez. As members of the Provincial Army, the will of the nobility is absolute. We'll just follow orders, protecting what we have as we have a blah 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 blah. Let me try again. Ugh. Oh, jeez. My reading is off today, guys. More than it is usual. Well, we just protect... I just said egg. Fuck. God damn it. We're just following orders, protecting what we have a duty to protect. I assume referring to the local lord's petition against the sale tax increase. So you're saying, as long as the petition isn't withdrawn, the Grand Market isn't something you have a duty to protect. Interpret my words however you want. More soldiers will follow orders, that's how the military works. We don't need some press military academies in police telling us how to do our jobs. Grr. This is nuts. Does it even have a tiny sort of shame? I was hoping to get something out of it, but I'm not sure it's too likely anymore. How is that all then? Our brushes win. The lightning. No, excuse me. I have a job to do. But wait. Would you mind answering just one more question? Elliot? Fine. Ask it. Well, do you have any idea what might have happened to the goods Marco was handling? You know, the accessory merchant. All he left was one sample. Bro, what are you talking about? The merchant from the capital, Heinz, is the one who planned to sell accessories. What? What did you say? What? You weren't looking at me that before. How did you know that? I was under the impression you hadn't investigated the matter at all. How peculiar. We only discovered what each merchant was intending to sell a short while ago ourselves. Sir! We have our... Oh, no, it is him. Sorry. Oh, yeah, that's the officer that got soldier. But we have our own ways of finding these things out. Not to underestimate us. Now, we're wasting enough time answering questions. We're leaving. Nice one, Elliot. Mixing up the merchants' names. Do you think the fact that they know what each of the merchants was selling means they did investigate the matter after all? But the burglary happened last night and it was only first discovered this morning. realistically, I don't think there was any opportunity during the time for them to do any digging. Not without running into us. Agreed. I suspect they know what each merchant was planning to sell well in advance of yesterday's incident. Though that would be easy information for them to learn, since Duke-Cabaret must have issued permits for both stalls. That's true. The army would have no trouble gaining access to transaction records like something like that. I keep talking my normal voice. But why would they bother? Maybe they need to know so they could prepare. Prepare for what? I get the impression that the incident at the market had been carefully planned out for a while now. I don't think those two merchants being given permits for the same spot was a coincidence either. It was probably done to get them to start fighting, so they could get robbed while the tension between them. Basically, to create a situation that couldn't be brought under control without the army's help. So the two merchants were being used all along. It seems to fit perfectly with what happened this morning. Meanwhile, the provincial army has shown no interest in actively working towards a solution, unless the market manager chooses to withdraw the petition. So they waited for things to get out of hand, then show up and force both parties into an uncomfortable truce. Eventually, the merchants would get worn down enough that they feel like they had no choice but to withdraw the petition. This is sounding like to be an even shadier situation than I thought. Yeah, but thanks to Elliot, I do believe we finally uncovered the truth of the matter. That was indeed some quick thinking on you displayed, Elliot. You make a fine military strategist. I just got lucky, that's all. So, what we know is the provincial army is somehow involved with the actual perpetrators of this crime. The only way to solve it once and for all, though, seems to be, well, to find them and catch them. But if that was carried out by members of the provincial army, that's not exactly going to be an easy task. No, I don't think anyone from the army was directly involved. The soldiers here are far too proud to dirty their hands with such escapades. I tend to agree. Really, whoever the culprits are, I doubt they're still here in Celtic. There just aren't that many viable places to hide such a huge volume of goods without them being found. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe they escaped by train? No, that can't be. Boarding a train with that much merchandise would be rather suspicious for sure. It's been less than a day since the burglary happened, so they haven't gotten far. Maybe we should ask on the main road and see if anyone saw anything out of the ordinary. Someone suspicious may have been spotted leaving or entering the town. That sounds like a wise course of action. Come on, let's resume our search. We mustn't let this cowardly thief run free. Wouldn't dream of it. Finally, I can go to the Western Celtic Highway, I think. Oh, I've got to ask around. Grrr. Fuck. God damn it. Well, I think we'll ask around town next time. So, recap. We got one of the side quests done, which was return the wallet to Annabelle after going on a mad goose chase. We got information about from the two merchants whose stalls were trashed. Well, and then we're onto the provincial army about them being absolute bastards. Move out of the stage way. And Elliot with some quick thinking managed to get us a clue to narrow down our search. Well, not really narrow it down, but have us think that the provincial army is somehow in with the thieves of what happened with the thieves. So in the next episode, we will be what will we be doing? We'll be asking around for any more information about the thievery, and then hopefully next episode I can do the other side quest, defeating the giant monster that the market manager wants us to do. So, with all the recapping and stuff for next episode done, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you are enjoying the Trails of Cold Steel series that I am doing, make sure to hit subscribe as well. And with all of this done, this is xdeadlysmoorex, and I shall see you guys next time.